Yellowstone fans have been waiting quite patiently, and it looks like their patience has been worth it. The prequel to Yellowstone becomes much more real now that we have a trailer, and we can't help but obsess over all the tiny details. Today, let's take a deeper dive into it to see how Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren wage war in the official trailer. Stay tuned as we talk all about it and more, starting with the war in the trailer. A full trailer for 1923 starring Helen Mirren and Harrison Ford was released after the success of the teaser video, which showed the Dutton family preparing for war. In this dramatic teaser, we meet Harrison Ford as Jacob Dutton, a family man who would stop at nothing to defend them. Set in the aftermath of the events of the 1883 prequel series, this sequel series is set in a period of economic turmoil and natural disasters, as well as the end of Prohibition and the beginning of the Great Depression. The show's debut trailer provides us with a look at the Yellowstone Ranch's history before Kevin Costner's John Dutton ever set foot there. Trailer viewers are also introduced to Helen Mirren, whose character Cara Dutton proclaims greed will be the thing that kills us all. In the 1923 preview, Jacob is getting ready to wage war with Donald and the rest of the gang, so we get a glimpse of the rugged Western life of the day. Even more impressively than Jacob, Helen Mirren's Cara seems to be even more bad ASS, as she declares, "Men kill quick with a bullet or a noose, but their struggle is with me and I kill much slower." The trailer also gives us a glimpse of Timothy Dalton as Donald Whitfield, the wealthy new neighbor to the Duttons. As shown in the preview, Cara gives him a stern warning. Well, this is Yellowstone, and you have no rights here. Next, a look at the cast. Now some details on the cast list. Paramount Plus said in September 2022 that the prequel would introduce the next generation of Duttons. The Dutton family, headed by Helen Mirren as Cara and Harrison Ford as Jacob, will also include Darren Mann as Jack, a devoted ranch hand and Jacob's great-nephew. Meanwhile, James Badge Dale will portray Jack's father and Jacob's right-hand man, James Dutton Sr., while Marley Shelton will play James's wife, Emma Dutton. Also joining the cast are Michelle Randolph as feisty Elizabeth Strafford, who plans to marry into the Dutton family, Brian Garrity as the dependable ranch worker Zane, and Julia Schlepfer as a young lady who encounters the Duttons while they are traveling. Amina Neves, who will portray Native American teen Tiona Rainwater in a federal residential school, will complete the cast. 1923, the newest Yellowstone spin-off, will premiere on Paramount Plus on December 18th. Season 5 of Yellowstone is now running, with new episodes dropping every week. In Yellowstone, Kevin Costner plays John Dutton, a sixth-generation homesteader and doting father. Not to mention, there's a third spin-off. While 1883 featured Sam Elliott, Tim McGraw, and Faith Hill as a prologue to Taylor Sheridan's popular series Yellowstone, 1923 stars a new set of country music stars. A third spin-off is allegedly in the works as well. The third spin-off is titled 6666 and is set in modern-day Texas. It is being produced for the Paramount Network. On Sunday, November 13th, the premiere of Yellowstone Season 5 aired. In an August interview with Extra, Kevin Costner discussed the future of Yellowstone and indicated that John's tale would revolve around his fight to save his property. The speaker said, "There are others who know what they would do with the land, who believe that one guy has too much." Following up, the team at Paramount is super amped. The film is a prequel to 1883, which starred Kevin Costner and Kelly Riley, and tells the story of the Duttons' descendants, James and Margaret, and their journey over the Great Plains to Montana in search of a better life. Following its debut in December, 1883 quickly became Paramount Plus's most-watched original series. Paramount Plus is thrilled to be working with creator Taylor Sheridan on a third season of the Western, according to a statement released by Tanya Giles, head programming officer for Viacom CBS Streaming. While most shows franchise near the end of their run, Viacom CBS Media Networks and MTV Entertainment Studios CEO Chris McCarthy said that they grabbed the opportunity to expand the world of Yellowstone with 1883, and Taylor Sheridan's brilliant storytelling was the cherry on top of the cake. He went on to talk about how, with 1932, we will open up a new chapter in the history of these two iconic American landmarks. We don't know about you, but all of this has us excited to see exactly what this prequel is going to be all about. Let's look at Yellowstone spin-off 1923. Everything else to know. First up, there was a name change. Paramount Plus stated in June 2022 that the renamed and moved 1932 will be called 1923. A revised summary states that the events of the program will take place during a period of economic decline decline in Montana just before the Great Depression hits the rest of the country. The end of Prohibition, which occurred in 1933, is no longer mentioned in the story outline. Instead, it is said that the Duttons would be dealing with an epidemic of cattle theft. There isn't a lot of information at our disposal just yet, but 1923 will undoubtedly shed light on the most significant events in U.S. history, such as the Great Depression, Prohibition, diseases, and droughts. We've got some great actors, and with that amazing storyline, it's going to be exceptional surely. Next, the ones with recurring roles. Sources have revealed that 3 more actors will be joining the cast of 1923, the Yellowstone prequel series on Paramount+. New cast members have been added to the epic Western series, including Peter Stormare, Tim DeKay, and Emilia Rico. The 3 actors are now part of a large ensemble. The role of Luca, a weathered but wise sailor, browned from decades on the ocean, his accent a soup of 1,000 dialects, will be played by Stormare. As Bob Strafford, DeKay will portray a Montana rancher who is expecting an upcoming wedding between his daughter and one of the Duttons. To portray the role of Issachar, a Crow lady who longs to be reunited with her family, Rico is a perfect fit. Let's go over another potential sequel. Another future Yellowstone offshoot is 6666, sometimes known as The Sixes. Like 1883, the Bass Reeves story, the Duttons will not play a significant role in this show. Instead, the 6666 ranches are based on a real-life location in West Texas. The new series will follow in the footsteps of Yellowstone in that it will be a contemporary Western where world-class cowboys are born and created, as reported by Entertainment Weekly. There will be references to Yellowstone, and the 6666 cast member Jefferson White, Jimmy, will make an appearance. A young ranch worker from Yellowstone decides to leave Dutton Ranch and join the Sixes in Texas during Season 4. A release date for 6666 has not yet been set. In the future, we will keep you updated on 6666 and other Yellowstone spin-off series, so stay tuned. Not to mention some details from the latest Yellowstone episode. Early on, we learn that Beth has been arrested for violent assault. She and the other lady in her cell are shown chatting about how they both ended behind bars. A police officer interrupts their talk to take Beth away after Jamie has paid her bail. "Bethany Dutton," she says, leading Beth to scramble to her feet. As Beth leaves, the other prisoner says, "You don't look like a Bethany." To her dismay, Beth explains that she is not. She grins and adds, "I'm a Beth." The episode begins with a seemingly unimportant moment. Beth discovers Sarah Atwood, played by Dawn Olivieri, on a date with Jamie, and she decides to investigate. Beth decides the new market equities consultant must be using a pseudonym when she can't discover any record of her online. We don't know why or what Sarah's true motives are in Montana, but we can trust that Beth will find out the truth. Finally, the burial process. In this episode, Case and Monica's kid is buried, according to the plans they made last week, in what is shown as a ritual used by the Broken Rock tribe of Native Americans. Since the tribe is imaginary yet inspired by multiple actual Native American communities, its specific rituals and ceremonies haven't always been made explicit. The episode does show how they buried their deceased, however. Monica's family and Chief Thomas Rainwater are pictured singing prayers over the casket as they prepare to lay the plaited hair that Monica chopped off on top of the throw. John, Rip, and many others don't quite understand the significance of certain of their rituals, such as the burial of a dead animal beside its human victim. When Rip tries to figure out why it's important to bury the horse with the baby, John's succinct response is horses in heaven. Rip suggests that this is so the child will have something to ride in paradise. That's a wrap for this video. So what did you think about the new trailer? Are you as excited as we are? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you at the next one.